You'll be able to hear me. Welcome to Headingley. Sunday morning, what we're doing here, it's 10 to 12, excitement because Rugby League is here. Let me get my camera in the right place. Welcome to Headingley for big Women's Super League action. Hopefully you can hear me as Leeds take on York. We haven't done one of these for a while, so I thought I'm out and about. Let's do one of those live chatty stream things where you can get involved on the YouTube chat. I can see it on my screen. If no one chats, I mean, it'd be alright. I'll just sit here and talk to myself for 2 hours or whatever. Big clash. Leeds, excitingly, can they win all three grand finals? Well, I don't know. Leeds men are playing London later, aren't they? So we'll see how they do down in the capital. And of course, the wheelchair side also in London this afternoon. But the women here against York, the defending champions, of course, beat Leeds in the grand final last year. Can they retain their title? They've had a bit of a up and down season, I think it's fair to say. But Coach Lindsay Anfield putting together the pieces for that defence of the title, heading towards the playoffs. Other games this afternoon, of course. I'll have to get flash calls up so I can see what's going on. You won't be able to see this, but at least you can see the team news on the screen, hopefully. If you're actually wanting commentary, it's on TalkSport 2, so listen to them instead. I'm just going to be whirring on for hours. They've got this thing on the scoreboard on the big screen heading where they've got Guess Who, and they have blurred pictures of famous Leeds Rhinos personalities. Unfortunately, they don't play anymore, and I've got them all right. Because one was Danica. I mean, I know what she looks like. She's been on the podcast. Lois, she's been on the podcast. And Georgia Hale, the Woman of Steel. Right, this afternoon, Featherstone versus Barrow, Huddersfield St Helens, and Wigan Warrington. That one kicks off at 1. The other games kick off at 12 o'clock. So I'll try and keep an eye on the scores on Twitter throughout the afternoon and see what is going on. But thank you for joining us here this afternoon. That's a lovely Headingley Stadium. I mean, it's always nice to be here, isn't it? Trying to work out how to get it so there's no one else you can view apart from me. That'll do. Got my drink over now. But we'll see what happens. I'm intrigued by this one. I'm intrigued. Neither team have been at their best, I think it's fair to say, this year. I think the Saints will probably go on and win the Women's Super League. But who cares what I think? I don't know anything, do I? But York have just completed their one, but they've gone down the tunnel to come back out again in 5 minutes. You can see the team news on the screen. Look at that. Got the score at the bottom. I've got it all here for you. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, yeah, I mean, a good Sunday. I know there's the Huddersfield Saints game on the BBC later. Got any thoughts on that? Let us know. Also this afternoon, it's London Leeds as mentioned. In the Championship, Batley Widnes, Doncaster, Halifax, Featherstone Barrow, Swinton Wakefield and Whitehaven versus York in League 1. 2:30 kick-off for Crusaders and Cornwall. Oldham versus Workington and Rochdale host Keighley. Final weekend of League 1, isn't it? It's only when I walked into Headingley, the actual town place this afternoon, I realised that the cricket's on. I could just pop across after the game. I think they've blocked it off. I sneak in somehow, watch some red hot county championship Division 2 action between Middlesex and Yorkshire. I don't think I've seen any county championship cricket for about 13 years. Which, in fairness, no one else has. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon, or whatever else you're up to. I know there's 3 of you watching, so you must be really bored this afternoon. Did you get tickets for Oasis? I think I'm supposed to ask that as well. Have got, by the way, an idea, because everyone's talking about apparently Yorkshire Lancashire's coming back, which is obviously a rubbish on it here, so I've got an idea of how we can. Who cares? No one's bothered, are they? But I've got an idea for it, so I'll bring it out on the show tomorrow from 6. Look forward to that. Roddy the Rhinos on the pitch with a big flag. That's exciting. That means if there's a Ronnie down in London as well, are there 2 Ronnies? Not the pub. A fair few in here this afternoon. Probably more in here than over on the other side of Headingley, but I'm cooking a burger. It's quite funny, isn't it? When I was watching the Wigan Catman Wigan game last night, they got Sam Tompkins interviewing his boss. Who would you want from your team interviewing the coaches after the game? Probably not Joe Burgess interviewing Willie Peters. That'll be less said the better. But the sounds of Republica coming out mean that the Leeds Rhinos women are about to take the field against the old Valkyrie. Phil says, can Whitehaven field 17 players? They watching from sunny Malvern. Hello, Phil. I don't know. Should have asked Kyle Air. He was on the telly yesterday, shouldn't they? Should have asked him. They play Wakefield next week, which I'm tempted to go to. I haven't been to Belgium for a while, so I might pop down there next week. And I'll ask Kyle Air some questions, because, you know, badge. I mean, the interesting thing yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, but in the Women's Championship North, or whatever it's called, Lee, Leopard, Dessel, lent the Bradford Bulls, I think 4 players, so they could take to the field. I mean, that's not great, is it? It's not great look for Bradford, but obviously it's important that the games get played, but what does that... Why can't Whitehaven borrow some players in as well? I know it's different competitions and different rules, so I'm not saying, you know, they should have done or shouldn't have done, but it's not great, is it, for player welfare for a start if you're playing with 14 players. If someone gets injured, 2 players get injured, someone gets sent off, what happened? I don't know, but we'll see when the team news comes down around 2 o'clock. I'll be probably done by then. I was watching this video of all the Leeds players waving a ball at cameras, as is the want to do these days on these promo shots, scoring tries, shots of Leeds City Centre, that rusty building, you can't see that. Curtis Labby. It's a Leeds thing. What is a Leeds thing? What is it? What's that mean? I don't know. I've worked in the city for 14 years. I don't know what it means. But apparently that's what it is. I don't know what York thing is. Old buildings, chocolate, horse racing, ghost stories. This is why they don't let me on the radio to do like phoning, so just be rambling on and on. I do it on the podcast. You can watch the London Roosters versus Leeds Rhinos game later on YouTube. They're streaming that around 2 o'clock if you fancy watching that. I mean, I don't want to say it'll probably be better than Huddersfield versus St Helens, but it'll probably be better than Huddersfield versus St Helens. This stream's going to get demonetised. I'm not going to earn my 3 pence because Republica are going to put in a copyright claim and I'm going to get sued. So that's a bit bad, isn't it? You know, the teams are in the tunnel, I can see them. You can't see them. If I turn my camera around, I feel like I'll get thrown out by the Rugby Football League. But the teams are out. York in black with yellow trim. Leeds in blue and amber. It looks like Leeds will be defending the Western Terrace, the notorious Western Terrace here at Headingley in the first half with, that's that song. I should mute the audio while the song's on, shouldn't I? While York are away to my right, attacking the, defending whatever that stand is called these days. It used to be the Carnegie stand. But it's going to kick off anyway, so you can see the score on the screen. Can I change that when something happens? I like it when they kick off and then they have to cut the song off. That's my favourite bit of marching them together. Why do they never play the first verse here at Headingley? Has anyone worked that out yet? Anyway, Leeds have got the ball. If you want commentary, put TalkSport on. TalkSport 2, because they've got actual proper commentary. As opposed to just some Burke sat here watching. It is cold as well. I've got my coat in my bag, but I'm going to brave it for the most part. I can actually watch the game on the big screen, so that's even better. They've got that working today, so that's a positive. Got to keep an eye on Twitter, because we don't call it X, because we want to upset Elon Musk to see what's going on in the other games this afternoon. I've kicked off at 12. Another big weekend of Women's Super League after the summer break, and York have got a penalty for a high shot. I think it was Lucy Murray there with the giving away the penalty. So York will have the ball about 30 metres out. So Jane Stanley's got it in her hands, and she's going to tap it. Oh no, they are going to go for 2. So they're going for 2. York early on. Got to get my graphic now here, just in case they score. Remember what I'm doing because I wrote the list very well. But that's a mark of how important this game is, that a team are taking the opportunity to take a penalty early doors. And of course, Tara Jensen is a good kicker, isn't she? So that helps as well. See, about 30 metres out, about 5 metres to the left of the post. I realise now I've not started a clock, and despite the fact there is a clock here at the ground, they don't use it for the women's games. I don't know why. Possibly because it's not connected to the referee, because they're the timekeepers, aren't they? But anyway, your guess is as good as mine. I'll just take it off Twitter, to be honest. So certainly going through her routine. As a hush descends over Headingley, apart from someone shouting miss it, which she doesn't, so it's 2-0 to York. Good. So points on the board. Let me write that on my team sheet, so I'll remember she scored a point. 0-2. Good to see Rhiannon Marshall back in the York lineup. Well, she's been preparing to return from injury. One of my favourite players to watch because she's utter chaos. Good to see her when she's back on the field later. Kelsey Gentles as well. I think we're friends now. We fell out, didn't we, because I said York wouldn't win anything, and then they didn't. So, and York have knocked on. So good pressure from Leeds, and they will get the ball themselves about 40 metres out from the York line, which is good. Right, I can change the score without actually having to press anything, so that's good. Let me put first there. What first? Let's move it open. So if you are joining us this afternoon, let us know where you are, where you're from, what you're up to. If you're watching any games this afternoon, start from York defensively, pushing Leeds back slightly, but they're attacking on this side near the south stand. And another penalty this time. So what will Leeds do? Now you would say that Kit Bennett's a good kicker, but she's not quite perhaps Tara Jane Stanley, but who is Tara Jane Stanley's level? So they will tap the ball, which is the what I would have done, because I'm obviously an international rugby league tactician, and they will be just about 20 metres out from the York Valkyrie line as they look to get their first points on the board this afternoon. I mean, I don't really need to tell you the score because it shows it on the screen. I'm just looking at Twitter to see what's going on in the other games this afternoon. It shows it's off at 12. Good chance here for the Rhinos. Bethan Dainton's got the ball. Running out of options, but she scampers left and right and is taken down a metre out. Good Bennett at dummy half as ever. Casey's got her hands on the ball now, again runs into trouble. Good defence by York. Started well with the Valks. And just kind of one-woman rugby from Rhinos. As they're on the line, can they make some space? Butcher's got it now, the captain. Coming out onto this right-hand side with Hardcastle. She's half tackled, but they will get the ball out. And unfortunately, the pass to Liz Whitehead wasn't the best. And that ball goes into touch. And York will get the ball back 5 metres out from their own line. So, well, 10 metres out even, I should say, shouldn't they? Which is what they've done. No, 5 metres out, was right. No, 10 metres out. Everyone's all over the place. It's too early in the morning, isn't it, to be afternoon to be watching Rugby League. What's going on? 2-0 York anyway. That's the score line here. I don't know how many people on the other side of Headingley, what they make of the noise. It'd be like when there's noisy, when someone cheers. What's going on? St Helens have unsurprisingly taken the leads away at Huddersfield. Leah Burke with the early try. Saints 4-0 up at Huddersfield. We'll know Barrow and Featherston and Barrow and Wigan Warrington were kick off at 1 o'clock. Tower J Stanley kicks the ball away. Nothing doing for York in that set, and Leeds will start about 15 metres out from their own line. So a nice kick there by York and a decent chase as well. I do keep an eye on it, Phil, especially when I'm Phil's asked if you're not reading the chat about the gap between the NRLW and the WSL. I do keep it when I can't sleep, which is especially good on, say, a Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I can just stay up and watch a bit of the NRLW, can't I? So I watch a bit of it and then I watch the highlights because I'm half awake. Good to see Georgia Rutt scoring a try today, wasn't it, for the Knights? Maybe they should change the name to Newcastle Valkyrie, I don't know. I guess the problem is, as with everything in Australia, apart from the wheelchair game in a minute, which we need to keep that on the download, don't we? We need to keep ourselves inside. Leeds thought they had forced an error there, but the referee says the ball went backwards, so already the South Stand have decided what they think of the match officials, and I think that's Emma Kershaw down on the I'm not sure who it is actually. He was down injured at a moment for York, but slight break and play 2-0 to the visitors. So yeah, the problem is, isn't it, is that there's so much more money in Australia and we haven't got that money, so we can't put it into the women's game. And that's not just paying players, is it? That's infrastructure. So whereas you've got clubs who do take things as seriously as they can, you know, look at Headingley this afternoon. We're not at some park pitch, are we, watching the Women's Super League? So, you know, this game's not on telly. There's not too much media here this afternoon. It's on national radio though, so that's a positive. But it's almost invisible, isn't it? And that's the same for everything outside of Super League, really. There's no visibility with the Championship or League One, and no really, I don't want to say should there be, but it's our responsibility to make it bigger as a sport, not just the media. You know, are clubs doing the best they can to get stories out there? I don't know. As York have got a penalty again, 40 metres out. Stanley will kick it to touch this time on the into the North Stand. Can we catch up with Australia? It's going to be hard, isn't it? Need more players playing out there. That'd be good. Because the referee has to play ball operative. Don't know where the ball staff are. They haven't got them, I don't know. But we need more players playing out there. But that's obviously going to be to the detriment of our competition to an extent, isn't it? But the more players out there, the better they get, the better England are, the closer they can get to Australia. As York make a half break, they're about 5 metres out from the Rhinos line. Nice pass inside, and not the best of defence there from Leeds, it has to be said. And I'm not sure who's gone over. I'm going to say it's Eva Izumi, but I'm not sure. It might be Megan Pakulis, actually, the Canadian. But I'll tell you in a moment when it comes up on the scoreboard. But it's 6-0 to York, and you would say a fairly simple conversion chance here for Tyler James Stanley. Problem is, of course, it's easy for me to say, you know, should have more players playing out in Australia, but it's not quite it's not quite as easy as that, is it? If you've got a career here in the real world, do you want to give that up for a dream? I don't know. But how do we get more money into the sport to fund the players? Well, that's the same question you've got to ask about the men's game, isn't it? Where does the money come from? It comes from Sky. How do we get more money from other people who aren't Sky? These should be the things that we make money from, shouldn't they? Because there's never been a higher profile of women's sport in this country. How do we capitalise on that? 8-0 to York. Converted by Tyler James Stanley. Let me go on Twitter and find out who scored. I can't tell who players are. I'm a long way away. Still 0-0 Feven Barrow, by the way. Saints 0, Saints 4 up at York, at Huddersfield. It's going well, isn't it? Oh, it was Megan Bakulis, the Canadian with the try. I mean, I could put the try scorers on this graphic as well, but it's just going to take me forever to work out how to do it, isn't it? So what bother. But hey, at least the Wi-Fi is working here. Short kick-off by Leeds. And it's come up well for them because York took the ball, but they've been tackled into touch, so Leeds will start their next attacking set inside the York half, just inside the 40-metre line. We'll see if they can get on the board here. But a good start for York there. I think Leeds were favourites on the handicap here this afternoon. I was tempted by York, and then I've forgotten, did something else. But never mind. I've turned into Australia, and I should be on their coverage saying, camera responsible. Leeds in possession. 20 metres in, into the red zone. And our NFL's back, isn't it, soon? Casey shifts the ball out left into the arms of Robinson, who's tackled about 15 metres out. They're going to come back on this right hand side now, aren't they? And they are. 10 metres away from the line, Leeds. They're desperate to score points. Well, they are 8-0 down. Butcher's got ball in hand now to Dainton. She was very impressive against Wigan the other week. Takes it herself, finds a half gap, taken down around the last already. So what will be the final tackle option here for Leeds? That's the question. Well, it's with Hardcastle, and she puts a kick through, and York take it and get out of their zone. Wasn't the best of last tackle place. That's the question, I guess. I think it was Georgie Hetherington who picked up the ball, but didn't really think of Hardcastle as an option on the last tackle. Maybe the players in the wrong positions or whatever, I don't know. What am I doing talking about rugby league? I'm just an idiot. York in possession 8-0 up, and that might be the big thing here for Leeds, is where do they get the points from? (8-0) to St Helens. Danny McGifford with the second try for Saints this afternoon. Could be a long afternoon for the Giants. That's the only good thing for them is Amy Taylor hasn't been able to convert either try yet, and obviously I can't see them, so I don't know how far out the Saints tries have been. But good start for Saints, as you would expect. And you have to say it's been a disappointing year for Huddersfield, especially with all the pre-season chatter about them being professional or whatever. Over the penalty for Leeds. High tackle. Centre of the field, just again inside. So when York are giving away the penalties, they're giving away far enough, I guess. Giving away in the right areas, is that what the coach would say? Thanks, John. It's amazing what you can do with a camera and the internet these days, isn't it? You know, you could read the team sheet better than I can. I've got it right in front of me. I can't read these numbers. I'm having to work out players by hairstyle, which is sometimes. I mean, I can work out who Bethan Dainton is, and I know Kira Benny. There's Hannah Butcher coming out onto this right hand side again to Hardcastle. She's got Whitehead on her outside, but there's Whitehead's without a marker, so to speak. Hardcastle takes 3 players out in the tackle, which is good. So Leeds now moving down the centre of the field through Lucy Murray. It's about 2 metres away from the line. Bennett again looks to the left, and that's the way it goes to Casey. She puts the kick up, and York take that one well, but are tackled in goal. So a goal line dropout forced by the Rhinos. Their best attacking play of the game so far. Not the hardest of kicks, but it was well placed, and the Rhinos' chase was in perfect position to force the goal line dropout. So York will do that with an 8-0 lead. Can Leeds turn this pressure into points? It's just cliches and what people say on the time. Just pick them up from what they say on the telly already. Nice drop out from York, and Leeds will start pretty much on halfway. Bella Sykes, who's gone from hooker at Huddersfield to second row, now playing in the front row here at York this season. Nice run from her, and Leeds just inside the 20 again. What can they do this time? Comes to the right from Butcher to Cousins again. She takes the tackle inside the 10. Hardcastle, that's in half. To Butcher again, on to Murray again, who's been one of the impressive Rhinos this season, I think it's fair to say. Getting that ball in the arms of Butcher, misses out Casey into Dainton this time. She gets a nice counter pass to Sophie Robinson. They're moving the ball, but not really moving forward. Again, we're on the last tackle, just inside the 10. What can they do here? Can they force an error? Can they force another dropout? Casey with the little kick again. Not quite got the angle this time, and York will pick up the ball 10 metres out from their own line. So not the best end of set this time from from Leeds, rather. So York start inside their own 10. 8-0 the scoreline, but you can see that on the screen. There's no way you're coming from this afternoon if you're with us at Headingley watching some rugby. Still 8-0 to St Helens over Huddersfield. And Barrow have gone 6-0 up away at Featherstone as well. So a good start for the away teams, all leading so far in the Women's Super League lunchtime kickoffs. Wigan Warrington kicking off at 1 o'clock. Last tackle for York. And Stanley boots the ball away from a 40 inside the Leeds 20. And unfortunately, it's a knock-on from Liv Whitehead against her former club. And the Leeds will get possession 10 metres out. Bit of a Declan Rice moment there from Liv Whitehead, who throws the ball into the crowd. Well, into the stand, because there's no one in the Western Terrace this afternoon. So York scrum 10 out. My mate Kelsey Jevons is on, in case you didn't hear that. So that's exciting. She's got a chat to her afterwards, shouldn't she? Bezzy mates and everything. So York start 10 metres out. Oh, it looks like Jefferson's got the ball. Oh no, Jefferson's in the middle of the field, I can see him. Can't tell who these players are. But York down the right hand side, it's with Tasmin Renouf, who's tackled 2 away. I think Savannah Andrade who made that run earlier. He was still in the defensive line as York go over the line. Again from short distance. And not going well for the Rhinos so far. 12-0 to York with the kick to come. And again, it's in a decent position for the goal kicking of Tara Jane Stanley. Very good start from the Valkyrie here, playing like the champions they are. And I've got this theory that they're going to come good as we go into the playoffs. Obviously had things to work out, players missing throughout the season, but getting a squad together for the crucial point in this important battle for second. Obviously Saints are going to win the League Leaders Shield. One assumes. So important that you get that home semi-final. $14-0 now to St Helens. Second for Leah Burke, converted by Amy Taylor. So again, very good afternoon for the away side so far in the Women's Super. I think I have to put my coat on in a bit. It's getting cold. Getting cold here. I was going to wear a jumper and I thought, no, it'll be too warm. Never learn. So Stanley with the conversion attempt. I'll tell you who scored the try when they announce it. Professionals. And that's another one, and that's 14 now. Write that down on the bit of paper. 3 from 3 for Stanley. 14-0 to the champions. It's going near me bad to get my coat. Just go and find it. Have I forgotten it? Have I forgotten my coat? What have I done? Oh no, it's here. I was going to have to wear a Tesco carrier bag on that 5. Hello, Ian. I don't think the Saints women's match is anywhere, Ian, but it's 14 now. I mean, I could have got the Huddersfield, but I prefer the luxuries of Headingley, to be honest. I was reading Twitter. Who did get the York track? Liv Wood. Right. The strange thing about the Women's Super League and Rugby League in general is team sheets, the official ones, have different names to what people are known as. So it says Olivia Wood, but of course everyone calls her Liv. So when you've got players who've got double-barrelled surnames but are only known by half of that, it gets confusing. And you're not sure whether they... Well, you know. Anyway, it's another penalty for York. Similar position to the first one, and Tardy and Stanley will attempt it. Apparently, there are 2 teams on the field, ref. So there's someone in the south stand because they're not happy with the way things are going so far. But in fairness, York are good value for the lead, so can't really... Referees to referees, aren't they? I don't know. 6 o'clock tomorrow, live, talking Rugby League. Phil, back from London. Me. James might be on, I don't know. We haven't got another guest, so... Hopefully, if James isn't busy selling houses, which in fairness is his business, he's allowed to not be on the podcast every week. But we can talk about Sam Burgess and his comments post the Paul Vaughan sending off. Here comes Stanley doing a wavy arms thing. Steadies herself. I mean, I hope you can hear Andrew Henderson in the background. You can just... Here comes Stanley, here comes the kick. Looks like it's over, and it's 16-0 to the Valkyrie. And it has been, I have to say, very comfortable for Valks so far this afternoon. How do Leeds get the points from? I don't know. There's an advert at the side of the pitch. It says cigarette butts are rubbish. York deal with the kick-off. We've had about 25 minutes, I'd say, looking at the big clock in the stadium. But... And York have lost possession, and Leeds have picked up the ball in just inside the 30 from Kira Bennett. So again, they've got to turn this pressure into points or stuff. Ian, you want to what's it? Damien Gibson? Not Damien Gibson. What's he called? The fellow who used to play for a load of clubs. I follow him on Twitter. He's on OnlyFans. I've got to scroll down and find him now. You're not missing anything. Leeds have got the ball, but they're about a metre out. Ashley Gibson, that's it. He's on the OnlyFans. I assume he's making lots of money because he's not wearing many clothes. Butcher with the ball to Casey. Casey runs up the line about 5 metres away. Last tackle. I might say something about the Leeds attack, might I don't know. As Bennett gets the ball to Butcher. Butcher's going to put the kick up. And York take that one, and it's a 20-metre restart. Took it in goal, so the Leeds fans, they are restless. I'm hoping you can hear them in the background. Started watching the men earlier this season. So York in possession. Again, centre of the field, and they'll be very, very happy with this 16-0 lead. Have they had to work for it? I don't know. Not too much. So Wood has the ball, just short of halfway. Appeals for a forward pass, and the South Stand get their wish from the match official, Mr. Bland. It's a great name for a referee, isn't it? So I say, broadcaster, so man, and Leeds will get a scrum on halfway, so we'll see again if they can do something, which so far they haven't. Let's go back to Twitter, see what's going on. Barrow 12-0 up now away at Featherstone. I keep saying they've been the impressive side this year, haven't they? Because they haven't made a song and dance about it, and yet they're the best team in the competition. So they please make a break, and it should be the first try for the Rhinos, and it will be the first try for the Rhinos. Even Cousins straight from halfway, puts the ball down under the bottom of the field, and Leeds are on the ball. 4 points to 16 as Tom Hart echoes around the ground. How much money the Piranhas made from this? Leeds on the ball, 16 points. A nice break from Amy Cousins, making that full-back spot her own here at the Rhinos. Of course, Leeds still without Caitlin Beavers, who's out injured at the moment. And it will be Bennett to attempt the conversion. Back in front of the sticks. Why do they have a black dot on the posts? About 10 metres out. I mean, I would say she should get this, but you know, it's like, I say that. It's vodka. It's not, it's Vimto. Benny with the kick. The kick is good. 16-6. Maybe that's where Leeds are going to score points from, by taking opportunities when they can get a break through the line. 16-6, they'll be happy that they're on the board. York won't be happy. That's why York kick off. Let's have a look at what the scores are elsewhere. It says going on Twitter. Oh, Wakey Women are playing this afternoon against Widnes. I should have gone to that, shouldn't I? Should have been there instead. Fev 0, Barrow 12. And it is Huddersfield 0, St Helens 18. A hat-trick for Leah Burke. Very impressive since her return from injury. Not that she wasn't impressive before, of course. She'll be in the England squad for the Autumn International as Leeds lose possession and knock the ball on. So again, giving up possession just outside the 20 this time. York will pat down the scrum, leading by 16 points to 6. Oh, I mean, if I'd have been on Sky, it went for the whole Cass game, isn't it? Holy rubbish! Cass are rubbish! Cass are slightly better! I mean, how did Cass not throw that one away in the end? I thought they were going to blow it after picking up a big lead, but well done to Cass. people think this programme's anti, whoever. We're anti all. But they don't like us either. York in possession, not the best of passes, but well taken, and they're about 5 metres out from the line on the right hand side. They're going to move the ball out onto the left, obviously, as they do with Andrade. Back on the inside, they're going to be held up over the line here. I'd take that as a compliment, Ian. The ball goes left again, not the best of passes, but finds the pass, and the pass, unfortunately for Leitioin, is forward, and Leeds can breathe a sigh of relief. So you see, the South Stand, they moan about these forward passes, but that's 2 that have been given against York so far, so we're all looking forward to Huddersfield and Saints on the BBC this afternoon. Will Saints score more points than their women? Well, probably not, but maybe they can sneak Jodie Cunningham onto the pitch, get one of those Jeremy Beadle style fake beards, put a wig on her. No one will know. So, yes, he's from the academy. Yeah. He can be Jodie's a boy's name as well. As York concede a penalty. Olivia Burke, get her in the team. Again, fake beard. Wig. No. As Leeds boot the ball into the south stand, and will start 40 metres out from their own line. About half an hour gone. 16-6 to the Valkyrie. Glynn runs the ball up. She's come off the bench. They're not announcing all the substitutions, so I'm trying to work out who's on and who's off, but I can't read the numbers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Again, another reason why I'm not on TV and talking to you. But on TV, they've got screens, and you can see them. Now, as I say that, I decided to announce something. Leeds are in the York half. Sophie Robinson taken down just outside the 40. A couple of tackles left in this set. Butcher with ball in hand finds Cousins again. The Leeds liners try to score. She tries to make a break. Pass it off to Hardcastle. He gives the ball to Whitehead, who cuts inside and on to the final tackle. Leeds just outside the 30. Whitehead appealing for a penalty. Referee saying give, as Butcher boots the ball into no woman's land, but it's dropped by the Valkyrie, and it's a knock on, and it is scrum to Leeds 20 metres out, so good for Leeds. Sorry, Just Eat's trying to get me to order some food, but I'm in the stand, I'm in the south stand. I might have a curry later, I don't know. This programme not brought to you by Just Eat. Cricket's going on the other side. I would love to be over there and just, sleep, because that's what you do at the county championship, isn't it? So Leeds, ball in hand. KFC puts the ball out on the left-hand side to Robinson, who's tackled just outside the 10. Can Leeds get some more points on the board here as we head into the final 10 minutes of the first half? We're inside the 10. Good tackling by the Valkyries. Izzy Northrop's taken down again. Another one of those impressive players from the Rhinos this season. Ball out to Butcher. Passes to Dainton to Hardcastle. Looks to make a break. The crowd palpably excited when Hardcastle gets the ball because they've seen her on the telly and everything. Again, ball with Butcher. It's coming out onto the centre of the field, but onto the final tackle. What can Leeds do here? Back with Casey, she will put the kick up. Ball bounces, it's taken, and it's a knock on from Leeds, and York will start 10 metres out from their own line. So again, it's that same thing where questions on the last tackle, and there aren't any. We're at the back end of the season, says Phil. And Kea still doesn't have a sponsor. Kind of sums up where our sport is. I don't know how much it costs to sponsor a Leeds Rhinos woman, but it's a good point. I mean, for random reasons, I sponsored the shirt of a player at Dumbarton, and I get the shirt at the end of the season. So I've now got a nice collection of Dumbarton Match 1 shirts. Which, when I leave them to my nephews when I'm gone, it'll be worth, at least £5, £10 maybe, signed and everything. And I get a place in hospitality. I'm going to actually take them up on that at some point this year. And my name's on the website, in programmes. It does make me laugh as York are tackled into touch, and good work there by or Leeds are tackled into touch, I should say. Good work from the York defence. And they will now get the ball 30 metres out from their own line. So I think it's fair to say York are well deserving of this 16 points to 6 lead. Possibly even more. Trying to work out who's who still. I think Jazz Bell's gone off, but I'm trying to work out who that is with the ball, because it looks like her, but it's not her, obviously. It does make me laugh when, and obviously Leeds Rhinos women are a high profile team. They've been on the telly this year, on actual TV. But it just make me laugh when you'll get sports clubs on social media saying, sponsor one of our players for 150 quid, and you'll get a mention on our social media channels. Yeah, but no one knows who you are. So what's the point? There's a York attack and dropped the ball. That was loose, and a let-off for the Rhinos, was it? No, it was batted down by Leeds, so York again will get another spell of possession. Scrum in the centre of the field. 10 metres away from the line. Maybe we should club together, Phil. Maybe we should... I mean, there's not much point sponsoring her now, is it? Now the season's nearly over, but you're right. But this again is where's the coverage of the Women's Super League? Have we gone a bit backwards? I don't know. It's okay doing stuff when it's the Challenge Cup final or whatever, but where's everything week in, week out? As York held up just short of the line. Ball, short pass, lovely move, and York are over for another try. That was a really good play from York there. Ball from dummy half. It was the, they call it a crash ball, don't they? Giving them a penalty. 209 points to 6 now. It's just crash ball. And York are over again. 20 points. I should have taken the +8 on them, shouldn't I? Full needs money. While we wait for the conversion and find out who scored the try, I can tell you Barrow now lead 18-0 at Featherstone. What a season they're having. And Huddersfield has scored. Huddersfield 4, St Helens 24, the latest scoreline there. So there's the other scores in the Women's Super League this afternoon. Ian says we might get it for low dollar for the next couple of matches. I think Phil would be able to call in a favour, wouldn't you? I mean, he's practically royalty here. I'm sat on the Phil Kaplan media bench. There's no one else here on this particular. There are other people here. It's not just me. Tara Jane Stanley for a 5th goal of the game. Slightly to the right hand side of the post, pops it over. I think that's a more reflective scoreline. Leeds haven't really done much in attack here. York have taken their opportunities. All the cliches. I still don't know who scored the try, by the way. I think it's one of the forwards. Oh, it's Rhiannon Marshall. She's one of my favourite players. I think I'd recognise her, wouldn't you? She's back. Nobody is stopping her from scoring on a return to injury, says the York Twitter feed. And they are right. I would go and interview her after the game, but I am scared of Rhiannon. I mean, I'm scared of everyone. But Rhiannon Marshall I'm especially scared of. She's proper hard. Short kick-off from Leeds. And it works out for them. The spirit of Rowan Smith lives on. Although in fairness, that was poor from York. They should have really dealt with that. And Leeds will start just outside the 30-metre line. Did you say anything or just the roof? daft, isn't it? Because they've got the games on the big screen to the left of them. I don't know why they're not streaming it. I don't know why. I just don't understand anything. Because obviously if you've got a feed of a match and you've put it on a screen, you must be able to do that on the internet. If I can do this, and I've got the team sheet on, and I've got the score and all these graphics, if I can do this, there's no reason why any professional rugby league club can't do the same thing. I just don't get it. You've got to make it easy for people. As Leeds scamper over from W half, or held up over the line. There are actually rules and regulations for the media in rugby league. You'll find this out today. I'll tell you about it in a moment. As Leeds on the last tackle. Well, that was a poor option, and a tackle's 10 metres short of the line. There are actually rules and regulations. That's half time. There you go. Half time. 22-6 to the Valkyrie. There are rules and regulations. You're not supposed to take photos and stuff in the ground unless you're an actual photographer. So those people who take photos of the pitch and go, oh look, I'm here at the ground, they're breaking the rules. They should be banned. And likewise for video. So, and this is probably breaking the law, what I'm doing now. But half time. What do you want to talk about? 22-6 to York, and Leeds lucky to have 6. Possibly. York have been far more impressive. Have a look at the other scores. See what's going on Twitter. 18-0 to Barrow. 5 to go until half time at Fev. And still Huddersfield 4, St Helens 24. So yeah, all for the away teams this afternoon. I mean, if Leeds go on and win, I can go and ask Amy Hardcastle if she's got any recommendations for where in Ibiza Angela Rayner can go, but at this moment in time I don't think I will be asking Leeds Rhinos players anything about this match. Who should I speak to from York? It's all exciting. Elms off for their half-time pies and such. I went to a charity shop on the way in, show what I bought. I nearly bought a book, but I thought I don't really want to carry a book around. What's better than books? Music. Now 23, £1.50. Bloke had a very strong accent in the shop. I didn't understand what he was saying, and he kept asking me something, and I didn't have a clue what he was saying, and I just said, third time I do on a receipt now. It's got all the big hits in from 1990 something. Can you guess what number that side 1, track 1 is on now 23? It's got all kinds of great songs on. John Cicada's on it. I mean, I could run one of those. I could run Magic off this off this CD. Live and Kicking from Simple Minds. Brian May. Have you heard of Spotify say so? Yes, but this was £1.50, and I can transfer it to my phone. I can't do it on this laptop because it hasn't got a CD thing. But then I could transfer the tracks and then legally keep the CD in a cupboard. It's got Bjorn again and ABBA. It's odd, isn't it? It's got the Super Mario Land dance remix. You remember that one? Undercover's version of Never Let Her Slip Away. This is terrible. Why did I pay £1.50 for this? The Shaman, Ebenezer Good, band from the Wireless. It's got Sophie B. Hawkins on. Damn, I wish I was your lover. She's a great track. That should be on the radio more. Roy Orbison and KD Lang did a duet. I think Orbison was dead at this point, so that'll be interesting. And Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Caballé doing Barcelona, which is a great song. Which definitely dates this to 92, doesn't it? Because that's when the Olympics were. Crowded House in Excess. Genesis. Yeah, well worth the £1.50. Let's hope it's all scratched. The buggery inside. Okay. So I nearly bought a book about the secret policeman's ball, but then I realised if I bought the book, I'd never read the book. So I just left it in the shop. And I then did see they've got the official board game of the Netflix series The Queen's Gambit, which is an interesting idea to do a board game based on a program about chess. Actually, should have done that with the musical, shouldn't they, with Barbara Dixon and the other one. I was going to tell. I need to remember to tell Phil what's going on in the game. Not you, Phil, on there. But Phil in real life. 22-6 football. Rhinoceros. Yeah, my laptop doesn't have a CD player on it, which, I mean, I've got my backup laptop which does, so I can just take the music off on that one to put it on this one. Go download all of Ian's podcasts. I don't know which ones are out there at the minute, because I pay for the privilege of hearing them before the normal thing. But if there are out there, go onto your podcast provider of choice and download all of Ian's material. So look at the scores. Oh, Yorkshire batting in the cricket, by the way. 8 without loss against Middlesex. They lead by 87. What day are they on? They're on the final day. That game is going to end in a draw, because Yorkshire made 601 and Middlesex have made 522. There's no way that game's not going to end in a draw. So you may as well not be here. If you're here at Headingley, you may as well have been at the rugby side, because at least it would be good. Like half times, Huddersfield 4, St Helens 24, Leo Burke with 4 tries for Saints. And it's still Featherstone 0, Barrow 18, approaching half time in that one at Post Office Road, whatever it's called these days. It's an excellent site. When I was a kid, says Phil, we had a board game based on horse racing. Does anyone remember Scalextric's horse racing? This is an late 80s, early 90s thing, which was always in the catalogues, and I thought that'd be great. And I wasn't even into horse racing. Wow, Scalextrics with horses. Complete failure, but they're probably worth a fortune on eBay right now. Oh, Loopholes is on there. Loopholes for, how would you describe it, Ian? Like skeptical, spooky podcast thing. There's not enough rugby on it for my life. Oh, Ronnie the Rhino's in front of me. Ronnie the Rhino is walking past. Let me see. Do you see him? You see Ronnie there? Oh, Ronnie the Rhino. Just get him on the podcast. He probably speaks more sense than I do. Where's his wife? Where's his kids? That's the question. Shaking his head. He's not happy. I always think he looks slightly sinister. Not like that. Just like it's just got this. It's like one of these more sinister of mascots. Well, he's not smiling or anything, but just a giant rhinoceros. I assume actual rhinoceros are giant as well. I've never seen them in real life. What I love about Rugby League grounds is the playlist of music tends to be almost as old as that Now CD I've shown you. It's all a bit, the Killers, Mr. Bryce, was that 10, 15 years old? I mean, Wakefield's music used to be back from the early 2000s. I don't know if they've updated their CD recently. LinkedIn keeps sending me notifications. I'm not interested in LinkedIn. Ronnie walks past again. What a big tool. I've never seen Ronnie's tool before. I love furry mascots. They're the best. We don't do enough with them in terms of like getting them racing and just being generally annoying. It's like it's just a big furry fella or woman. If you've got a female mascot. Barrow have declared That is a physical first half at Post Office Road as they lead 18 now. So let me show you something. Let me show you something on stream, right? I'll show you, because I post old programmes on Twitter. Coming up later this afternoon, look at this. See how big this looks on the screen. Today, 1991, first ever home fixture in League Division 3 for Scarborough Pirates. Look at this. Inaugural fixture of Scarborough Pirates versus Huddersfield. The oldest versus the newest. Ends in victory for Huddersfield, who are still going. Scarborough, I think they're an amateur team now, aren't they? They've got to do. It's not quite the same. See, shall I put the team sheet up? Shall I look at the team? You don't get this on the Hour League, do you? I like to think you've all just gone off and you're not watching anymore. Here's the team sheet. I mean, you've got to give them credit for the theming here, haven't you? Because they've got the Pirates thing. Any of these names ring any bells? Far Town. I don't think I ever saw the Scarborough Pirates play. But then I'm not sure many people did. Look at the referee. Stuart Cummings of Widnes. Even the ball boys get a name check. When I was at a ball boy at Wakefield, we never got our names in the programme. That's not good, is it? There's the treasure chest of riches that is on offer in Rugby League. The fact there's four of us just sat around having a chat on a Sunday afternoon when we could be doing anything else as the teams are out for the second half. Yeah, change that to 22-6 to York at half time. Fine, let me get a quick swig of vodka while they're playing match up together. Phil's on this day 1906 we changed from 15 plays to 13 and introduced the play of the ball. Thanks to Richard de la Riviere's book On This Day. I've got a copy of that. We interviewed him on the podcast. Or was that one of his other books? I think it was his other one. It's a good job it's down to 13, isn't it? Otherwise Whitehaven would be in trouble. And Bradford's winning, which we saw yesterday. But second half's on the way. 5-1, so should be done by about 30-ish. Well, no, 25 to. And I can go round the other side of the stadium, interview the coaches, go home, sit with the dog, and watch the second half of Huddersfield and Saints. Not sit with the cats because they're, cats are like. Wake me up at 3 in the morning. Maybe to watch the NRLW, I don't know. Just heard Craig Murdoch on TalkSport 2 to the right of me saying Leeds need to score first in the second half. They certainly do. They kick the ball away on the last, and York a bit pedestrian about picking the ball up, but there was no real pressure from Leeds, and they will start 20 metres out from their own line. So 22 points to 6, the Valkyrie lead here, the defending champions. Playing like it as well. They've been good without needing to be better, if you know what I mean. They're certainly deserving of the lead. And that battle for second, you don't want to play Saints, do you? You don't want to play Saints in the semis. Well, you don't want to play Saints at all because they're like the best. But you'd rather play Wigan. And speaking to Dennis Betts a couple of weeks ago, you'd rather play the other one this round at your home ground, rather, because you think Saints will play Wigan, depending on how things fall on, of course. Dennis Betts after the game against Leeds here said, missing a bit of experience, missing a bit of size. As York kicking on the last. But we'll give up possession 10 minutes out. A bit of a concern here for Leeds because Lucy Murray's down in back play. Obviously one of their better players so far this year. Tune in tomorrow for the podcast when we'll discuss Huddersfield Saints in great detail. I don't know. It might be a game in fact none of us have watched. I can't remember what game James was doing this week in terms of his refereeing assessing. And I might not be back in time. And Phil's obviously down in London to watch the Rhinos men as they inexorably march on to the grand final. We have got to laugh at Hull. I know we shouldn't, but we have got to laugh at them. Because they are rubbish. And I watched Wakefield last year, and we were rubbish last year, obviously. But they weren't as bad as Hull. Apologies for all our Hull listeners. As Casey kicks the ball away, and that's an easy take for Tara Jane Stanley, who picks the ball up on around 30 and already makes an easy 10 metres, and she's tackled just outside the 40. Tara Jane Stanley's easy to recognise. She's got number 1 on the back, and she's got a blonde ponytail, but she's also wearing yellow boots, and she's the only one in the York team who's wearing yellow boots. Tamsin Renew's wearing orange. Georgia Headington's wearing orange as well. Rhiannon Marshall's wearing pink boots, I think that's Rhiannon Marshall. Oh no, it's Charles Bell. Can you skip the Chaos Salford game tomorrow, please, says Phil. Did I watch Chaos Salford? Did I? What did I watch on Friday? Can't remember. I watched something. You know, games. By the time you get to Monday and I pick up the paper and see what's happened, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So at least with a scrum, shot of halfway. Fans getting a bit restless here. As Amy Hardcastle gets the ball. Leeds fans applauding her effort as she gets the Rhinos into the Valkyrie half as Glynn is tackled now around the 40 metre mark, bang in front of the posts. Gives you a vague idea of where they are on the field. As it's Northrop now. Again makes another 10 metres and inside the 30. Some good metres after contact there, that's what they say, isn't it? As the ball spun out onto the right hand side from Dainton. Dainton gets the ball further wide. That's the 4th now, so they're going to come back through to the centre, you'd think. There's no room on the left, on the right even, and it is to the left. Have taken down just in front of the post, so they're inside the 20, but his last tackle plays for Leeds haven't been the best. Casey puts the kick up. Again, it's another one which should be taken, and he's taken by Kershaw, who gets the ball away well to Tara Jane Stanley, who makes a break on the left-hand side. I think she's going to be caught. She is, but that was a good work from York. Nice pass from Kershaw straight to Stanley, and Stanley was able to make a good 20 metres there, and now York, quick as a flash, are up to just short of halfway. So they are the more impressive of the two sides so far this afternoon. The scoreline bears that out, of course, and they're up to halfway. Renouf now with the ball, makes the half break, but eventually taken down by Izzy Northrop. And York aren't doing anything particularly groundbreakingly exciting, but they're just doing the basics well. And Renouf again with the ball, taken down, not for the offload, but he wasn't there. So we're about 20 metres out, centre field. Here comes the final play. Hetherington's going to run it. Nice pass inside. Marshall gets the ball out wide, and that is a lovely try from the York Valkyrie. Very nice hands Headington saw the gap, exploited it. I think it was Marshall who was with the final pass, and York extend their lead now, and they will go 26-6 up against the Rhinos early in the second half. I'll tell you who scored it in a minute, because I don't know who it was. But you know that. But it was a lovely try. It's a shame we couldn't see it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Someone shouts, come on York, someone shouts, come on Leeds, and then someone shouts, come on Linesman. So that's exciting. Touch judges, isn't it? Who scored the try? Twitter hasn't told me yet. I don't think anyone knows yet. That's one. This is the trickiest conversion attempt so far for Tower Jane Stanley. But she's quite good, so you know she probably kick it over. It's like therapy, this, isn't it? I'm just talking to you as if you're like real people. Thanks, Ian. He's like famous. He's been on telly and everything. 3 more viewers. Jeez, would be making even more pointless. I think when no one's watching it, it's better than when people are. Here comes Stanley with the conversion attempts. And the kick's good. 28-6. Perfect afternoon from the boots for Tara Jane Stanley. Obviously they missed her midway through the season, didn't they? But she's back now. Still don't know who scored the try. In fairness, the pitch... Oh, it's Lacey Owen, there you go. Had the chance in the first half chalked off because of the forward pass, but good stuff. Underway now between Wigan and Warrington. That one kicked off at 1 o'clock. I won't tell you what the scoreline is of that one. Well, I might tell you, but I'll be gone by the time it's finished. And knock on from York from the kick-off, so Leeds will get possession back. But the question again is, what will they do with the possession from the kick-off? From the scrum. Looks like there might be a bit of rain around, which is even worse for the people who've gone to watch the cricket, because it's going to end in a draw. So already you're thinking, well, what are we doing here? You know, could have gone and watched the rugby on the other side. And it might rain, so there might even be no cricket. Oh, Leeds down the right-hand side. Amy Hardcastle takes her eye off the ball, and York get possession. They knock it on as well, and it'll be scrum to the Valkyrie. So immediately from that chance, it's gone. Cardamania's kicked off in Scotland as well between Celtic and Rangers, so that's exciting. Over on the cards. So York in possession. It's a big thing now, and it's that stage of the game where you can't really see Leeds getting back into it. So what do York do? Do they pile on the points? I should have the league table in front of me, shouldn't I? But if I go and look for the league table, it's probably wrong anyway. I don't know if points difference make any difference. York on halfway, final tackle. I'll just be happy, just play out the sets. High kick from Stanley, I don't know if she intended that or not. But Leeds deal with it well, and good chase by York, and they'll push Leeds back, and then we'll start 30 metres out from their own line. What a breeze around here, Headingley this afternoon. Got to say, the pitch looks magnificent, just in case the grounds person's watching. As Sophie Robinson takes the ball up over halfway. This is what you call a professional performance from York, just getting everything right. Well, apart from when they made errors, you know what I mean. Casey kicks the ball, but it's charged down by Andrade. Referee says she played at it. A couple of York players not happy with that decision, but Leeds get the ball back on halfway. So can they take advantage this time? I feel like I'm repeating myself. with them looking at Caesar, is Hull's plan to field a team full of 6s and 7s next year, says Phil. Well, I mean, we're all waiting for Richie Myler to come back from retirement, aren't we? I can't remember what his injury was that saw him retire. It was just after his landmark appearance, because we interviewed him. But if he does come, I mean, what do Hull do? Some of the players they've signed. He worked for League 2 years ago, but all those players are now 2 years older. As Leeds knock on, let the play the ball. That was scruffy. And York will get possession back 20 metres in. That face there was a reflection of the performance from the Rhinoceroses this afternoon. It's a good job I'm not doing commentary, isn't it? Because, I mean, this is where people like Craig who are great earn their money, because they have to fill time and there's no really to say. I just say anything. That's my reaction to saying what are Hull going to do next year. Caesar's an interesting signing, isn't it? Because would you say he worked at Leeds? Probably not. Is that unfair? And it seems strange to say, do Leeds look better without him? I don't think they look any worse, do they? The Austin Caesar thing didn't quite work out for them. If we go with the assumption that Leeds will be better next year anyway, full pre-season under Arthur. York moving the ball, but nothing doing it at the minute. Just over halfway. Again, they do look for that offload, and 2 offloads there in this current play, and Andrade takes us over the 40 metre shot. And again, another offload there, and Leeds appealing that she was tackled, but forward momentum still going. I'd say York's offload game is killing Leeds here, but it's certainly giving them lots to think about. Nice kick from Stanley, one of those ones that is more like a pass than a kick, and York still moving the ball. It's on the last, but not really going anywhere, and that is a forward pass. It's the most obvious forward pass you've seen, and they give away possession 10 metres out from the Leeds line. So again, going to give away possession, give it up there, blah blah blah. It's not working for the Rhinos saying York probably deserve more than a 22-point lead, in fairness. See what the other scores are. I do like Philly. I hope you're asking questions of the chat rather than myself, because I ain't got a bloody clue about anything. We're going to have taken the lead against Warrington 6-0, still 18-0 to Barrow, and a second try for Danny McGifford. It's now Huddersfield 4, St Helens 30 in the other 12 o'clock kickoff. So, Leeds fans moaning about offside now. Good news is Phil's arrived in London, so that's good news. I don't know if you follow Peter Smith of the Yorkshire Evening Post. He was on the train to London today and had to stand up all the way from York, so hope he's putting a better performance than LNER or whoever he was travelling with. I think I've stood on the train from Wakefield to London before. Public transport, innit? Just wait for these trolley buses to come from Leeds to Bradford. It's really hard to get from Leeds to Bradford. York over halfway. probably easier to get from Leeds to Bradford than it is for Leeds to get to the other end of the pitch, still, in fairness. As York are taken down just inside the 40. Marshall plays the ball. Socks around her ankles, which is always the sign of a maverick. Look quite mercurial. Kick through from York. Oh, almost a knock on, and it is a knock on from Leeds. And I think it was Stanley who put the ball. So she's cheering as if she scored a try there. And York will start 10 metres out. It's just not happening for Leeds now. Ian's exactly right. The best bit about Leeds women is the band haven't turned up yet. I'm assuming they're in London. I mean, maybe they're on that same train, and maybe they've had to stand up and stick the trumpets up the backsides or something. But York in possession. She'll go back and buy the Queen's Gambit board then on the way home. Kick through from Leeds from York on the first. Tara Jane Stanley forces a goal. Oh, I would say forces a goal line dropout, but the ball comes loose, and I think Savannah Andrade's gone over for a try. That was not good. I mean, invention to kick on the first from Stanley, almost get the dropout, but the ball was knocked on, and York extend their lead from 32 turns, not 32. Been a drubbing this one, friends. Been an absolute drubbing. Yeah, I mean, I would say, Phil, just put the TV on and mute it, and put your local radio station on, listen to the commentary of the other games. Radio Merseyside will be doing the Huddersfield game, won't they? So you can listen to Huddersfield Saints on there. Far be it from me to promote, other media organisations, but commentary's always better on the sometimes better on the radio. I still don't know who scored that try. Have you ever taken a musical instrument to a game? I feel like we're getting into sub Danny Baker level phone-in topics here, but I don't know. The only thing I've ever taken to a game is bags and bags of ripped up newspaper to throw as if I was in Argentina doing a ticker tape parade at the what's the famous stadium in Argentina, the Bomballerino, whatever it's called. I was saying Maracanã, but that's Brazil. But chuck the paper up in there and it all comes out. It's great. Not good for the environment. Don't tell the Green Party. Stanley with the conversion attempts. Throws a bit of grass to try and get a read on it. See the Bulcaro players at the golf yesterday. Stanley misses. Which is rubbish. Boom. Some fans are going home. Fellas have gone 22-0 down to Barrow now. Well done, Barrow. I think Andrew Henderson's been singing on TalkSport too, because he's talking about karaoke. He was Savannah Andrade with a try. I recognise that was good. 32 points to 6. Top Valkyrie. Good performance from them this afternoon, I have to say. You would think it would be a grand final between them and St Helens at the minute, and you would fancy Saints to win it. But the thing about York is they do have that. They've looked good going forward. They've had ideas. They've asked questions of Leeds, which unfortunately they've been the Magnusons, and Leeds have been the I don't know, ones who get it wrong all the time. Another break, half break from Leeds, from York. York are in black, Leeds are in blue. So you tell the difference. Marshall's going to be tackled about 2 metres short. 3 rhinos trying to push you back. It's a waste of energy, that won't bother. Pass out onto the right, final tackle. Ball from Ranouf to Andrade. Tries to get the ball away, can't, and York will give up possession 5 metres out from the Leeds line. Can't listen to a different game, says Ian. Whilst watching one because it confused me. Once trying to play Rugby League live on the PS3 while listening to a Saints commentary, and it was a nightmare. You have Andrew Voss calling Hull the Sharks on it. That's my favourite thing about that game. Or the original. I'm rubbish at that game, but also that it doesn't help that I'm Wakefield on it. It also doesn't help that on the version I've got, Wakefield have a player in their squad who I don't like, so I have to get rid of him straight away. Used to play for you. Nothing's happening. I reckon we've got about 15 minutes left in the game now. So at the end I'm just going to end it. The broadcast is. And got to see what's happening. So at the moment, what do you say to... What do you say to a coach after a game like this? Because it's the... Leeds have got their temporary coach while Lois Vassell goes off and out as a baby. Congratulations to her. What do you say to a coach after a game like this? What you say is... that's the same question of coaches for 22 years now, is sum up that performance for us. Or your thoughts on that performance has changed now. And then you... What do you say after a game like this? It's something great. From the Rhinos' perspective, York, it'd be like, oh, it's all positive. So, Brianna Marshall back in the team, she did well, did she? Cassie Gentles running up, bashing people. Should we go through that now, see? As York give up possession and Leeds pick it up just inside the Valkyrie half, so this will be their best chance of this half so far. I think they're all offside apparently, according to the someone in the South Stand. Huddersfield scored the try. They now trail St Helens 30 points to 8. Barrow still 22-0 up in their game. They're going to finish comfortably top of the bottom, if you will. But a great first season for them in Super League. And surely, if you're a club that doesn't have the financial backing or whatever of a Leeds or a Saints or whatever, you've got to be looking at Barrow and thinking, well, if they can do it, why can't we? And I guess without wanting to use a colloquialism, because they can't be asked. Leeds in possession inside the 10. It's with Bethan Dainton. A couple of Valkyrie stop her. A couple of tackles left on this set. What are Leeds going to do is back to Casey again. Casey on this left hand side. Robinson was shouting for the ball, but it's taken down about a metre out. This must be the fourth into the arms of Bennett. Bennett back to Casey. Casey again with the pass on the inside, but I think it was Murray who was stopped there. Again, they go out onto the right hand side now. It's with Dainton to Hardcastle, back inside to Dainton, but going nowhere at the minute, the Rhinos. This is the problem. There's no one really who's, and it's easy for me to say from the stand, isn't it, but taking control of the game. As Bennett has possession. I completely misread the tackle count because now we're on the last. Should pay more attention. Bennett to Casey. Casey kicks the ball out left, and it will bounce once, twice, and into touch, and York will get possession back. Looking for Ebony Stead there on the wing, but the ball was slightly too high for her and didn't trouble the York defence in that sense, because they're able to let it bounce and start again on their own 20. So I reckon we're coming up to the final 10 minutes or so. Floodlights are on, but not on our side of the ground, on the cricket side, for the many people enjoying that likely draw between well, it's lunch anyway, between Yorkshire and they just turn the lights off for a bit, save the electric. York up to halfway. Almost loses possession there, does number 13, I don't know. I think it was Rhiannon Marshall nearly lost possession, but didn't. It didn't look like Rhiannon Marshall, it wasn't. It was 23. No, 33. Bit coolest. So it didn't look like we had a morsel. Tony Sally's made a break. She's taken down inside the 10. York looking dangerous here. Leeds trying to scramble back. And Stanley stayed down here. Doesn't look good for her. Not quite sure what she's injured. If it's a shoulder. She's moving her legs around as if he wasn't one of them. That's the issue. But it just fell wrong there. Looks like Kira Bennett's getting a bit of a look at over the physio as well. So breaking play. 32-6 to York Valkyrie. I think it's Bennett who's been told by the Leeds physio. Stanley's still down as well. York taking the chance to regroup. Still 22-0 to Barrow, 30 points to 8 in favour of St Helens, and in the first half, 50 minutes gone, Wigan 16, Warrington 0. So a great start from the Warriors this afternoon in their game against Warrington. Certainly looks like she's getting up. Sam's just went over to Checkenham and has gone back to the group there. Not sure what the injury is. It looks like it might be a leg injury actually. Yeah, she's hobbling, so that's not good for York. Hopefully not the long term. Obviously she missed a part of the season already, but her kicking game a key part of York's success in the last year or so. To regroup slightly. And we'll restart 10 metres out from the lead line. Some Leeds fans being very waggish in the crowd, but they've had nothing to be amused by really from this Leeds performance. Kick through on the last from York and almost a try. Or is it a try? They put the ball down, but the touch on the far side said the ball went dead before. And that Leeds will start 20 metres out from the run line and hope to catch York napping, but the referee wasn't ready. Amuses the fans again. The referee's got to be in position. It's getting cooler. Thought we were having a summer redux. So Leeds 40 metres out from their own line. I think that's Hardcastle in the centre of the field who's taking the ball on. Oh, no, it's not. It's Lucy Moore. What am I talking about? Oh, it's Grace Field. Playing out on this wing now. Goes out to Stead, who's done well to stay in play there because a couple of Valkyrie defenders trying to get her into touch as Bennett starts in front of us. Pass inside to Casey, who runs across the line, drops the ball off inside, but again there's 3 Valkyrie there to stop her, and it's the last tackle. Bennett looking for options on the right. Casey will kick from halfway. Again, easily take for York, no real pressure on it, and they'll start again just short of their own 40. So these last tackle options for Leeds is just not really putting pressure on the York defence and getting easy starting position. Well, the ball's not down by a Leeds hand there, so I'm assuming this will be a York scrum pretty much at the halfway, and it is. by this point in the game, if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be messing around on Twitter or something, because there's nothing going on. 20-0 to Wigan now. $36-8 to St Helens. They're in the second half. At Huddersfield, 22-0 still to Barrow. Back tomorrow, of course, from 6. 4020 live. Talking about all the issues in Rugby League. My idea for the mid-season, not Yorkshire versus Lancashire game. Why are we going back to that again? I've got an idea, I'll tell you tomorrow. I've stolen it. Oh, as York knocked the ball on. Well, I thought that she might have batted that one backwards, but referee says it went forward and he's closer than I am. So Leeds will get possession 30 metres out. It's just, we are very much at that point in the game where the result's done. I reckon we've got about 5 or so minutes left. And Leeds aren't coming back, and to be fair, they've only had that one chance that they've scored from the break from Cousins, and haven't really shown much else. Well, I just noticed that the team sheet's wrong. It says Jade Rihari, but she's called Sade. Not Sade like the singer. Leeds haven't stopped working, but Bethan Dane has just been battered by a couple of Valkyrie players there, including Kelsey Gentles. As they come to this left-hand side through Casey, who looked for the pass but was taken high, says the referee. So now Andrade giving away the penalty. And Leeds will kick from the halfway line. Can they get some bonus points on the board? Garbage time points, you may want to call it if you're an American football fan. Phil says there are 7 players in the Salford women's team without a sponsor today, including the captain. I know they're in the championship, aren't they? But it's this is something where I know there's not much money in rugby league, so I don't want to say this should be done. But you think one of the men's players could say, "Gonna chuck in 200 quid." Is it tax deductible? Probably. Because I'm assuming that's how much it's going to be to sponsor a player. A couple of hundred quid or whatever. Just be a bit more. You can't rely on supporters groups all the time, can you? And if you're not a local business, it is a matter of just chucking a couple of hundred quid away if you've got that to spare for a bit of philanthropy and ego. But where the commercial departments come in and this, that and the other, I don't know. Leeds in possession, 10 outs, last tackle, ball will go. Well, Bennett tried to do something on the left-hand side there with Evie Stead on the wing, but she wasn't able to get the pass away, and I think that pretty much sums up the Leeds performance this afternoon. There's been effort there, but not execution. I feel you're going to have to sponsor all these people. You're going to have to put your money in your pocket and sponsor everyone. Because if you don't do it, no one will. 150 quid he offered to sponsor a player, never heard back from the club. Well, that's poor, isn't it? I mean, as I say, sponsor a player's shirt at Dumbarton. They're a 3rd division Scottish football team. You know, so they're part-time in effect. But if I send them an email, they do reply. And they do get back to you. And they are efficient in getting money from you. So I don't know what to say, Phil. If you're willing to put the money in and they're not willing to take it, well, that's a failing of the club, isn't it? There's that York on the final play, knocked the ball on. It's a bit scrappy now, but the game's done. There's a Leeds player down with the physio looking at her. I think that's Northrop who's down in the centre. Just not happening for Leeds. Yeah, Leeds are going to have to make a change. Northrop's Going off for the head injury assessment. Packing the bag away. Leave the laptop on. So it's just not happening. Could probably put the full-time graphic up on. Do you get anything for your 150 quid, Phil? Do you just get the pleasure of having your name on a team sheet and put on social media? Not that that's the important thing. It's it's the support you're showing, isn't it? But is there any benefit to it? Just checking the. Dewsbury Moor under 15s versus West Hull abandoned due to fighting. Rugby League, everyone. Oh, I'd forgotten about that again. That was a classic moment, wasn't it? Up there with Widnes celebrating kids selling the bike so they could pay a debt off or whatever. I know everything's hand to mouth. I know that's professional sport when you haven't got a backer, but it's just the optics of everything. Jamie Peacock can't sell his medals again, can he? He sold them off for Bradford the first and now can't do it again. And what happened there? Can't even field the women's team yesterday. Oh, you get a shirt. Oh, I mean, Phil, this is part of the reason why, at least with Dumbarton, I get a shirt at the end of the season, don't I? So, it's a tangible thing. Whereas I'm sure some clubs, you sponsor a player, you don't get anything apart from your name and that bit of recognition. But if people are willing to put money in, and especially women's championship level or whatever, as Butcher puts the ball up high, taken by Headingley, I think it's moved back to fullback now with Tara Jane Stanley off the field. She plays everyone. She wears number 5 in the shirt. She's been playing hooker because Sinead Peach has obviously been off this season. Now we're having to move back to fullback because Tara Jane Stanley's gone from injured. Play halves last year? Is that my imagination? So don't tell me because I will be wrong. I reckon we're not far off full time. So thanks for your company. I hope you've enjoyed this little chat. It's like the end of St Elsewhere, you're not real. It is, Ian, it's just rude. I mean, people do send me emails and I forget to reply to them. Might as well do me invoice. And write another piece for the magazine. York have kicked the ball away. Leeds are going to start 10 metres out from their own line and just wait for the whistle now, isn't it? I've got my headphones in, I can't hear anything, so I don't even know where I'm going. And Leeds have knocked on. Oh no, a bit of pushing and shoving. What's the female equivalent of handbags? Say it. Scrum to York, 10 metres out. Pull a face that sums up this game. Can you still make a decent living as a rugby league journo? It must be hard now. Well, Phil, I'm not a journo, and my invoices are from my actual work that pays for me to do things like this. So I don't know. You'd have to ask a proper journalist, but I don't know. I assume not, but my full-time work has never been in rugby league, so. Obviously, when I used to do the reports on TalkSport, that was nice money. That was good money. And when we did that show on a Wednesday afternoon on TalkSport 2, that was good money. That's the most I've ever earned. But no, I miss those days. I don't miss the stress of doing match reports because I was never confident that the technology would work. But the money was nice. But I couldn't have made a living off what I earned at Radio Yorkshire. Well, maybe I could have done. I don't want to tell you how much it was, just in case you think, that's a lot of money for doing nothing. But then, if I told you what I got paid when I worked at Wakefield for 2 days a week, you'd be going, you've undersold yourself there, son. Ask John if he makes any money from his Patreon and his various other things. I don't know, because I don't know how many rugby league journalists there are out there. I mean, there's the ones who were in France yesterday, and they must be alright. Because we're all on social media eating snails and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I'd hope that some of the players have got paid today more than I've got paid to sit here from YouTube feeds. But I don't know if that's the case. I mean, there was a time, wasn't there, where you can imagine that if you are a female and you appear on TV doing the punditry, you've got paid more for doing that on Sky. I mean, I don't know how much Sky pay, but I assume it's more than I got on TalkSport for doing updates. I assume that you've got paid more for that than for playing, so... But now clubs have started paying players, haven't they, and stuff, match fees and actual pay. So sorry I couldn't answer your question, Phil. It's a contradeal. I can tell you how much we made from people downloading the podcast last month. £63. So you can work it out from there. But it's better than in the past, where when I used to pay for hosting the podcast and I used to lose money on the podcast. Now at least it's all thanks to Unique, where the podcast is funded, that I can sit here and talk to you today. Another break in play, another Leeds player, York player down injured. Just want to go home, man. How much do I get paid? What? TalkSport? I won't say TalkSport because they're still going. But when I was at Radio Yorkshire, my day rate was 75 quid. So when I did the Women's Challenge Cup final for proper sport, I got paid 75 quid for that. And I did summarising on Radio Yorkshire because they couldn't get anyone else 50 quid. But I certainly overpaid for that. Is that Leeds' Sam Walker fan? The second greatest sportsman from Leeds after Erling Haaland. York have knocked on, Leeds have got the ball. The sun's come out, so that's nice. You turn those floodlights off now at the cricket. And that's it. Ball over. York have won. 32 points to 6. And well deserved as well. So obviously the big question now is how injured Tara Jane Stanley is. We'll find out. But we'll go ask some people some questions and see you back tomorrow at 6. Thanks for joining us and have a good rest of your Sunday. All three of you. Enjoy Huddersfield St Helens.